Hey there, Tina. How's it going, sis? I was talking to my husband the other day, and he told me that if a woman isn't married by the time she's in her 40s, then it's basically over for her. And I have to say that I actually completely agree with that. It just makes sense. What do you think? I was just curious what your opinion would be on that as an unmarried woman in her 40s.
I really don't think that's true at all, if you must know. And if your husband says something that you agree with that strongly, I guess it just goes to show you married someone who thinks the way that you do.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? Are you trying to have a dig at my husband? Wait a second. Are you trying to have a dig at me?
That's right. It was pointed at both of you. You should feel really proud of figuring that out all by yourself. But I want to know is just what do you care if a woman in her 40s is or isn't married? What business is it of yours? Because I'll have you know that I've been really enjoying my life and I don't have anything to complain about.
I wonder if you even realize how deeply you've bought into your own lie. You're telling me that you're not worried at all about who is going to look after you when you're older? I've talked to my husband, and we already know what we're going to do when we start to get old and slow down.
Oh, really? And just what have you two geniuses figured out for your retirement plan?
And that's a secret for us, but I bet that your plan is to just come crawling to me, begging for us to take care of you.
Hold on a second. You think that my retirement plan is to rely on you? And just what makes you think that I'd be in a position of having to do that?
Well, because I'm 8 years younger than you and I have my life figured out. Unlike you, I already know how you think and what you're planning. It's not hard to guess when your life is just working at a factory where you can hardly even save money. So it's obvious to me that in the end, you'll be crawling to me begging for help. But I'm not going to be there for some selfish old woman who didn't have the foresight to take care of herself.
Lucy, literally, what in the world are you even talking about? I never once thought of calling on you for help when I get older. And if you must know, I have plenty of money stored away in savings. If I need any help, I'll hire someone to come over or think of something myself.
You really do like trying to act tough for me, don't you? But I know that in the end you'll be here, at my feet, begging for my husband and I to help you. But we've already talked about this, and we agreed that the moment you try to become a parasite on our sides is the moment that we cut you out of our lives. And then we'll never ever have to deal with you again. We both agreed that it would be what's best, so there's no changing our minds.
I really think that you're kind of blowing things out of proportion with the cutting each other off. I mean, we barely even talk to each other as is. I think the only time we ever see each other is on holidays with the family.
Well, if we don't make it official, then you'll just keep coming back to us begging for money and assistance. But I don't even want you to think of me as your little sister anymore.
And this is all because I'm an unmarried woman in my 40s who still earns her own living? I'm sorry, but if that's really what all of this is about, then you're just being ridiculous. And more than that, you're being a very rude little sister to your sibling.
Oh, shut up, you old hag wage slave. You don't know what you're talking about. Just leave me alone.
You were the one who messaged in the first place, though. And if you're really so quick to cut off family members in need, it only makes me wonder if everything is okay with you guys. I mean, if that's your plan, you two must be having money problems, right?
You don't have any idea what you're talking about at all. But if you must know, we're doing just fine because Gerald works for a huge company. We're on a whole different level from you, Tina. Don't ever try and compare our lives.
A whole different level, huh? You can say that again.
You know, Tina, I think it's your attitude that's keeping all the men away from you. I mean, you've gone so long in your life without being loved that now you're just a bitter old cow. And it's obvious that you're most jealous of my life because it's perfect in every way compared to yours.
Well, you and I are different people, so I wouldn't expect us to have the same lives anyways. And just what makes you think that nobody loves me? And why do you think you know so much about how much money I have? You're just making up all of this and have no proof for any of it at all.
I know that you don't have any money because you work some sad little factory job. That's how.
So anyone who works in a factory must be poor, according to you? I think that both you and your husband should rethink how you look at working people.
The only thing that we need to worry about is getting you out of our lives as soon as possible. And just who do you think you are, talking back to me when I'm right, huh? Man, you really pissed me off, you know that? This is why you're all alone and why not even your own sister wants you in her life.
Right, well, glad to know that you know so much more about my life than I do. But I really do think that you're just telling yourself what you want to hear about me. And I think that you're going to regret looking down on me like this. But anyways, I don't think I really have anything else to say to you over this, so why don't you just leave me alone?
I don't need you to tell me to leave you alone. I already don't want anything to do with you. Just the fact that we're related is embarrassing enough for me.
Well, I'm really sorry that you feel that way, but I think that Mom would be pretty sad if she heard you talking this way.
What are you talking about? You think that Mom also isn't ashamed that her eldest daughter is already in her 40s and still hasn't gotten married?
I really think that you're going to regret treating me like this, Lucy.
The only thing I regret is not letting you have it like I am now.
Well, okay then. It seems that you've made up your mind and nothing I say is going to change that. If this is how you're going to be, then I think that you're right, and we just shouldn't talk to each other anymore.
That's right. As of now, you are not my sister, and I want nothing to do with you ever again. Go ahead and tell Mom and Dad I feel this way too. I don't care.
I mean, you and Gerald didn't even go to Grandpa's funeral when we had it. I think that Mom and Dad already know how you feel about being part of the family. Anyways, I'm glad we could clear this up and come to a decision. Let's just never talk again.
Good, fine. I wouldn't want some parasite like you begging me for help in the future anyways. So just get lost and never come anywhere near me again.
Well, okay then. Just don't say that I didn't warn you.
Hey Tina, how's it going? I just wanted to ask you about something that I heard. The word on the street is that you're building a huge house for you and our parents to live in? Mom isn't giving me very many details, but I know that she's getting ready to move, and that's all she's telling me about it.
Ah, so you finally heard the news? Well, it's a bit too late to come and ask me for anything to do with that now.
Wait, so that's all correct? You're really putting up some huge house for Mom and Dad? But just where did someone like you even get the money for a huge project like that? I know that something is up. Either you or Mom or both of you are lying to me right now.
You don't have to believe it if it will make you feel better, you know? Why are you even bothering to text me? I thought that you never ever wanted to hear from me again.
Oh, trust me, I don't want to be talking to you any more than you do me, but I want an explanation for this right now.
I don't even understand why you're so upset about this to begin with. But if you must know, not long after you told me to tell our parents that you wanted nothing to do with me, it was revealed that Grandpa left me all of his land in his will.
All of his land? But that's gotta be at least a couple hundred of acres.
Yeah, that's right. And since the land is mine now, I was going to build a house for our parents and I to live together. I didn't tell you because I thought that you wouldn't have been interested in it at all.
But that isn't fair. Why did you get all of Grandpa's land? What about me? Where's my cut?
Lucy, you do remember that I was the only one of us that was visiting Grandpa while he was in the hospital, right? I mean, I'm honestly surprised that you even know that he had that land. Mom and Dad were meant to get it, but they said that they would rather give it to me since they're getting old.
That doesn't make any sense, though. I knew that Grandpa had land, but I thought it was a horrible swamp or unusable or something.
Yeah, well, that's just not the case, and now the land is all mine.
But that's not fair. What about me? What did I get? I'm his granddaughter too, you know. I'm entitled to his stuff too.
You never once went to visit Grandpa while he was dying, and you hadn't talked to him for years before that.
But I still don't get it. Why would you get all of that when you aren't even married? I'm the married one. I need the land more than you. Give it to me right now.
I really don't think this has anything to do with being married or not. And you should know that while you were putting me down for not being married, I've been in a very happy relationship with my partner.
Your partner? What does that even mean? It doesn't matter if you're not actually married.
I really disagree with that, but anyways, if you wanted to know why I haven't gotten married, that's why. But if you really want to know about her, she has a great job and brings in a steady income for all of us.
I don't believe it. You mean that your partner is a girl?
Yeah, sorry was the fact that I enjoy working in a factory and wanted to move out to this farmland not enough hints for you? Anyways, we've thought about getting married, but my Gabby says that she's not that kind of girl and that it doesn't really matter for her either way. Although, now that we have this land and I explained to her some of the legal things around it, we've been talking more and more about the benefits of getting married.
So then, you're telling me that some working class nobody like you is really going to get married? Well, that isn't fair. That's ridiculous. I've never heard of this happening before.
You've never heard of two women who love each other getting married before? Well, it sounds like you live a very sheltered and sad life. But you should also know that I do work at a factory, but I work as the lawyer representing the company that owns it.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so I'm not really worried about money, if you must know. But I guess you just decided for yourself that I must be making no money because of where I worked. I did used to work on the factory line, but after seeing the conditions there, I decided to go back to school so that I could support my workers on the line. I met Gabby while she was at business school, and we've been together ever since.
So you're a lawyer now? But that can't be right. And your girlfriend went to business school? What is this world coming to?
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised you haven't figured this out already. I mean, we've been living together for about 10 years now.
Hold on a second. You and this woman have been in a relationship for 10 years, and I had no idea about it? Why didn't anyone ever tell me about this?
Well, the truth is that you were always looking down on me and putting me down. Always making fun of me for not being married, so I just didn't really feel like I owed you any details about my personal life.
But, I mean, if I had known this, it would have changed things.
Would it really have, though? I really don't think so. I mean, it certainly wouldn't have changed things with Grandpa since you never went to go and visit him ever anyways, even though Mom asked you to over and over again before it was too late.
But I was just really busy. This isn't fair.
Really? Aren't you basically a housewife? Just how busy can you be? It sounds to me like you're just making excuses for yourself. You have no idea how sad you made Grandpa by not visiting.
Well, it's a bit late for me to do anything about that now.
I suppose so. But anyways, I was always there for him, and that's why he left all of his land to me. And now, I'm going to give back to the family by building us a house. It'll be big enough for Gabby and our parents to live in. Enough for the whole family. Which doesn't, by the way, include you.
But I don't believe it. So you're really just going to pay for all of this by yourself? Even if you are a lawyer, there's still just no way that one working where you do really even earns that much, right?
You really have silly ideas about how the world works, Lucy. I've worked hard all my life, been very good about saving, and got to where I am. I don't think you've ever had a job where you stayed longer than a year at. You wouldn't even be able to afford inheriting all this land because of all the taxes involved.
But I had no idea that you were so rich.
Yeah, well, I guess I am. And I'm doing this because Mom and Dad have been complaining about how small their house is, and Gabby and I always wanted to try ranching. So we're kind of getting two birds with one stone doing this.
I don't believe this. This can't be right. This shouldn't be happening. You can't be better off than me.
I don't really think that I am better off. We're all just in different places and shouldn't put people down for being where they are. Maybe you should just focus on finding your own happiness and stop worrying about others?
What kind of ridiculous way to live life is that, huh?
I mean, do you enjoy always comparing yourself to others? Does it make you happy or something? You know that life doesn't have to be this way, right? You can just live and let live.
That is the most ridiculous thing that I have ever heard in my life.
Well then, I don't know what to say to that.
Tina, if you're really so rich, could you please buy me a house too?
You didn't just seriously ask me that, did you?
Please, if you're doing it for Mom and Dad, why can't you do it for me too? I really want a big house, and now that I know you're rich, you have to help me.
Yeah, that's going to be a no from me.
What? You're not going to buy me a house too? But why not?
Well, because just last month, you said that you never wanted to talk to me ever again, and it's obvious that you're only asking this because you know that I have money. But nothing has changed for me, and I still don't want anything to do with you. In the end, I blocked Lucy's number and did my best to never have to hear from or about her again. I really can't believe that she thought I would ever want to help her and her idiot husband with anything. I'm happy to have them out of my life. As for the rest of us, we moved into the new house when it was put up. Gabby and I started ranching and are starting to make a good name for ourselves in the community. I think it's a shame that things ended with Lucy the way they did, but it was so obvious what she was up to.